Siawyn y gemichin internation to han SWPL eiddash agus yn diw ha Partick Thistle y cwth falcha eith Celtic. Nes y Celtic diw horom hawn y gaifsyn le Rangers y cwth falcha eith Glasgow City cwtioch yn diw ach dyn yn dyddaf nhw dda hawd. China sio gw Partick knoch Partick. Sio sy'n maha agus fel yn gem i yddych sy'n SWPL y ddw Sean y cliched yn agus na skipian y China son gem o'r y la y diw agus fel neach y Partick Thistle ca fi Brian Graham ach sy'n eisyn eith y chasg y son na ha rhi gemichin ach sy'n slig agus fel siach yn cymata dda hawn gaif sy'n cwtioch yn diw Celtic mi yn y siach yn Glasgow City agus nhw sy'n siach yn y diw hat y dol gw Rangers ach y dol yna yn skipa ag Elena Sadiku y dosio gyda. Fishing Sŵl eicherach eith na gemich yn eila hyd fi dos yn SWPL y diw maha y torsgwch le montrage y bwynic eith falafan y dau yn ei Spartans agus opereng y bwynic y trikiga yn ei Hamilton Academical agus wel gem o'r la diw cedd gyhyn eith y Rangers agus Glasgow City bringishing mi yng y gem sy'n jydach y giarstar agus wel ag leach wnia eith y top na mad agus Dundee United a sydd gyn tyl. Agus wel jydach Fishing Sŵl eicherach eith y chlar cwtioch a sydd y ffacol Rangers siach Pwyngen eith hosioch eith Glasgow City agus wel 40 Celtic y gol. Sia Pwyngen eith hosioch eith Glasgow Celtic cwtioch. Sio sy'n maha agus wel hymbrella acym sy y ddiysio sio hasing an y croch Partick agus wel hai ropach y dysga y chian y noas y sio an y croch Partick ach y ganyu sy'n mi dolcus gwi jew game acing le Partick Thistle y cwth falcha eith Rangers agus toli chiradam hyfyd rasta ha Suzanne Lappin. Suzanne, thank you for being with us tonight. I'm braving the umbrella here once again today and yeah, the rain's coming down here. We'll talk about Partick Thistle Celtic in a moment but we must touch on Rangers 4 Glasgow City 1. Just your reaction to that result?
Yes, it's a massive result, a great result for Rangers. You know, for Glasgow City, really disappointing. I think the scoreline itself as well, 4-1. You know, it's quite a heavy defeat. You know, in terms of the table, it really puts Rangers now in a very strong position. And you know, for Glasgow City, you've got to say it. You know, at this stage, it looks a long way back. You know, 7 points behind the league leaders. And
Celtic, of course, can go 6 points ahead of Glasgow City. And I suppose they now know that they knew they needed to win here anyway, but they need to keep pace with Rangers.
Yeah, they do. I think, you know, for the top 3 teams, it's must win for them all just now. So I don't think anything changes for Celtic here today, but they will know that they can put, you know, distance between themselves and Glasgow City, and more importantly, stay in touch with Rangers at the top.
Big question is, though, I suppose, is this the day the league title race has gone from 3 to 2?
Yeah, it's a difficult one, obviously. You know, as I say, 7 points from the league leaders with, you know, not so long to go. You would say it's a long way back for Glasgow City. You know, we've seen you can't count them out, you know, time and time again. But, you know, I think for me it does really seem as if it's going to be between Rangers and Celtic now. Do you think Celtic, we'll touch more on this game now, do you think Celtic will be aware of that result? Do you expect them to be talking about that, or at least be aware of it? No, I mean, they won't be talking about it for starters. You know, they've got a job to do here today. This is going to be a difficult game. It's never easy playing at Petershill Park. You know, look at the conditions that we're seeing just now. And Partick Thistle have shown time and time again that they can, you know, they can go up against the best and get a good result. So Celtic will be fully focused on today. They'll be aware of the result, but they need to take care of their own business.
We know Brian Graham here today for Partick Thistle. Do you expect that to impact them at all today? Obviously, big character outside of the pitch.
I think he's a huge character. I've said time and time again, I really like him as a manager. I think the way that he's got this team working is really, really good. But I also know that he'll have really strong background staff. You know, as I say, the team themselves have shown how resilient they are time and time again. And, you know, I expect it to be a difficult game for Celtic here. Yeah, and it's not been maybe a great start to the split for Partick Thistle. They've lost the first 2 games. They haven't actually won a game since the 7th of February. So they want to start building momentum again, because there was so much good feeling around the side, of course, getting to the League Cup final. Yeah, there was. Listen, you know, they're obviously going up. It's a huge week for them. You know, they play Celtic, City and then Rangers. I think for them, there's no pressure on them. You know, they're in the top 6. That's where they want to be. And I think this chance here that they've got over the next couple of weeks is, you know, to see how far they've come, really challenge and test themselves. And I say, you know, there's no pressure on them. And as I say, I think it'll be a really difficult game for Celtic. And they, of course, want to make use of the pitch here as well today. Of course, they're at home. Celtic, despite them winning 2 weeks ago, of course, against Glasgow City,
and with the conditions as we know, Partick Thistle want to use that to their advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think I've played in this pitch time and time again. You know, it's difficult to play on. You know, when you play on it week to week, it's good and you can get used to it. I think Elena has said herself she doesn't like playing here. So yeah, I think it'll be a really difficult game, you know, not helped by the conditions themselves.
Let's hear from the managers now. Thank you, Suzanne. Wel, draasta hoe het Arnjach Adish fachkel leisje da manager Ella McLeod vai isen bring the Elena Sadiku achadosha klingishing for Ross Stormouth.
Okay then, Ross, we're here at Peters Hill, a big week for yourselves, a difficult week. How do you expect that week to begin today?
Listen, we've got to look forward to it. Girls have worked hard to get into the top six. These are the games we wanted at the start of the year, and we've now got to go and embrace them. Yeah, it's a tough week, but the squad have worked really hard, and we're looking forward to it.
And how's the team lining up today?
Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking strong. Few changes, but we know that's going to happen over the next week or so, especially with the fixture list. So, but yeah, we're looking strong.
A few changes in the dugout as well. Obviously, Brian's not available to be at the side of the pitch anyway.
Yeah, we've spoken about that this week. One of those things, but the message is still the same. There's no excuses. Me and Brian have worked together for a year now, so the same messages that go across, and we've got the same beliefs and the same philosophy on the game, and the girls know that. So the girls know what's expected, whether Brian's here or not.
And obviously a difficult game, as they all are in the top six. But what are your aims for today?
Listen, we want to be competitive. We're not here just to make up the numbers. We ran Celtic close last year down here. I think they scored in the 98th minute. So we know that we've got the players now capable to do that. We're flying ourselves. We've had some really good results. We've came off the back of a tough one against Hearts, but we're playing against one of the best teams in the league, and if the girls can't get up for that, then we're in trouble.
Okay, Elena, we're here at the start of a huge week. How do you expect the first part of that to go?
I know it's going to be a tough week coming ahead, but the only thing that we can control is what's going to happen today, and the focus is just getting a great performance in so we can win.
And in terms of that performance, the team have had the international break. How do you expect the team to be on the park?
Last time I was here, one of your journalists said that we lost momentum, but we didn't, because we know that everything that we put in training is going to lead to the game, and we've had good trainings this week. The girls are knowing what's ahead, so the only focus that we have is, like I said, is putting a great performance, and then hopefully that leads us to win.
Now it's obviously blustery here at Peters Hill. How do you expect that to impact things?
I'm getting used to the wind here and the pitch, but obviously it's always different things that you need to try to be aware of, but in the end it's always going to be about us, how we react to things, and that's something that we managed to do really well against Glasgow City, so I'm not gonna be happy with less, so hopefully we can go out and do the same job as last game.
Siad Gaeve, Mahan, the manager in the Hoshach in the game show well, Marahishu, and a Skipian in the Hinamach, while Partick Thistle, Q, or son, a game show, either Partick Thistle, Agus Celtic, Smashin, a downmarking, a goal suas, Kuna Spidish, Gu, Elling, MacLeod.
Mór an taing gyfeigol agus gyda hwyddat yn y brolis chadwyd mysio che yw hast agus hi sy'n ei biffeimydd ro i'r ein ysgyd y sio ag Peters Hill fisgyd Caron Ropoch ha skip y Celtic y ffyrwch o fat y bryngau ham yn afrys gys yn chicad y mach sy'n effeithio'n Kelly Clark eisiau dy ffew le fer gan y leis offi gych ha skip y Partick Thistle y mwy i'r ffarge mae'r ha agus bydd gan ys mynad shrigol ac yng mys cosi hi sy'n Celtic y chyn i mach Gianno y mach adsen sfisach gynnysg gyda fwn i'ch Rangers na parhau y diw sy'n y cydd cart y chwydym eidd Celtic ffeimiad na 3 pwyngyn aing as y gemse son yn björn sy'n y gwyn ag i'r asg y pwyng y drast y cyhydd pwyng gyda'r y dasgyp ag mwlwch y lig ha Partick Thistle at hyn as y ffriaf hia Erstes gwir a chorig yn gaifsyn gyda fad as y ffriaf hia i'r season y chai ha sy'n i'r fidylich y ianw yr eist agos sy'n y Celtic yn girwch y siors y season ha iddo fi achga fo stwr Brian Graham ach chanilesyn cyfeisio y diw sy'n effeithio na Skipian gyda y diw, wel, Skipper a fes gyda Brian Graham a hyg y Skipper cyw hat y dole Cunningham midr yn push ha sy'n effeithio gyda Cara Henderson y mian y lein y gian yn coignar y sydd Slater Ferguson Taylor Henderson agos Docherty y hwyl Cerir y nŵr sy'n i'r bialw sy'n le Longcake Bullock McAllister Lawtons Carla Boys hwys gyhars gan leisgal Got Celtic, Chloe Logan, idir na push Gavson, Craig Clarks, Hayes ag cool, Cerad O'Norson is a VN, agus an trúr chunnerstock shit, Natasha Flint, Amy Gallagher, agus Murphy Agnew, Suez Gaharst, Fiach Natil, ein Gavson. Our Rachel Adu, Andrew Craven, is in Gavi Kumal. Hula dinne for smach is shot ag Peters Hill. Rutavis Cardilly stoche, Lisha Shorse, face get a hacking, good watch it. I guess, well, Dorstug the Gushke, Manhash, and if I can Kajok, the mascot take Partick Thistle, Dolly warm up Achkason, Jehan Kedder, na Koikner a Hakason, mar mascots a Jewach. Appreciate good follow Wopason, Han Captain Achke, Shinefaiking. Mara Savage, Amy Bullock, Dolsuas, Geno Jeshal, Tug J to Vahat Giari. I guess I reach it. I guess the mascot to the Geno. Najalavan Mayirik, Havit is on Shisa Mungurst, Kus Rata. Skipping give you tune down Mungurst. I guess Celtic Kiyu give you click. I'm Spanish Glenjars na Gayach. Hi, cat a tune dag Mungors to show like Peters Hill. I guess I had to be Glenjars na Gaya in Kulu Kayu is on Hiedley. Suzanne, you've made it up here. It's not the best day for football, but what will both teams be saying in those huddles before they start the match?
I think for Celtic's point of view, as I said at the top of the programme, it's must win. It's must win from now until the end of the season if they want to get their hands on that league title. And I think for Partick Thistle, again, it's an opportunity to go up against one of the top 3 sides in the country, and they'll be determined to, finish the season on a high because it's been a really good season for them. They're in the top 6 where they want to be. They can make it difficult for people here. So, I really expect a really competitive game, and, I don't think it'll be, an easy game for Celtic.
And how much of a loss will Demi Faulkner be for them? We see Cara Henderson dropping back into the back line.
Yeah, I mean, she's a huge loss, isn't she? And, Cara Henderson, I think we were all surprised to see her playing where she is. But the management team of Partick Thistle obviously trust her to go and do a job there. I think when you're a good player and a top player, as she's proven to be, you can sort of slot in anywhere, and she's going to be up against it today. Tash Flint is arguably probably one of the most informed strikers in the country, so it'll be an interesting battle. But yeah, I think Demi Faulkner is a huge loss to this Partick Thistle team.
Well, manager Duke U, Lace manager Mara Savage, Ross Stormont, is in a Gerain Rager in Nachel Celtic in the Jeshal Gastosha, who had asked about Jeshal Inish. I guess in the game, a Huv Gadol, a Shaw Peters Hill, and his ball in a vola Suez, a UNC, Chloe Craig, Gus Artosha, who. Craig Rees Lishaville. I guess Collis Cayu Ikadoshach, Gival Partick Thistle, Johnach and Bal Akalik Celtic Ikahulach, Shin Shorsa Connors the Hound, Bal of Ria Suez, Hab Nai Tash Flint, Smacht in the Shin, Big and Kus in a Val Erst, Yehane for Lucy Ashworth, Clifford. Megan Cunningham, like Corum, we can do Gara Huichin, Partick Thistle, Sat, Feu, Ball, Shaw Machvo, Cunningham, Ball Suez, UNC McAllister, Spot, Celtic, Chingersley, Iriest, Shin Faking Barkley, as Noshan, Ball of Ria, Schach, Ball of Hunderstoch, Ivan Kujok, Coile, Cara Henderson, Ang Fall like Yawn. He's constated long cake of shit. Mayirig, she had Partick Thistlevis fine in Satalis Jack. Hajach shit, Maraviga Tikiri. Carla Boyce, Lisha and Corum. Kajok yn olach na ty-lein. Y diw gael Partick Thistle, mae ha corymach gyda sy'n ian o nache Cara Henderson. So fisgyd dyr y fys eich gysio ach bal yn o'r sy'n ard sŵs yr iest. O heis bal a fria han yr iest. Ydw chyd yr as y siach. Yw'n sy'n cafna i hyn dol yr as gyda. Heis yr iest i cedd sy'n bal arst. Chadjach sy'n siach a dyd lein y chwl Partick. Ferrig ystan cydstatyd. Erstes, dyr ysy. So ysgw Cafna i hyn gachlai hysdiach yn y fogse. Fa i gamas. Am nafr sydd. Eisiau idd Lucy Ashworth Clifford ach. Yr i ysdi cws i'r efeil ha bal y dol gymalwa. I'r y ffarge liwch ha sio parge plastig a han. Ach, le tor ysge. Cafna han Gasgelug ymach go Caitlin Hayes Barclay Oper Vava long kick gata Ishe Shin faking and bound do Chimichal idd Garston Barclay agus skip it Celtic idd Fatshin Marchainachan idd Chig an a look taich Gamalishgal Kunnarst is it, Gariru, Marchainach and the Chig and a look taik Celtic and Vasi, a Jig game after St. Mirren, Chilichan of game hacking a Jew, Suzanne, a wonderful chance here, and quite how that didn't make it into the back post, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, it's a great chance. It's well worked by Celtic. Agnew and Gallagher linking up, and it's a great ball across the front of the goal. And I think it's actually Cara Henderson that stopped Tash Flint from getting on the end of it, and surely she would have put Celtic in front.
Ball, Shafanosh and the Hunses, but finished Coe like a Hulach. Caitlin Hayes, ball, Jane, Shears, guitar, go, Gallagher. I guess. Chaneli si gachridsin. Chadjach prachtach lis reitcher is oes mar sin chapetel vawnach. Maar Celtic Jeffin Jas gejach een bal is sjach. Gaat de chingers de eerst geta. Tro Natalie Ross. Ach, ball hard soes. Celtic were convinced this had gone in, Suzanne. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I need to see it again. I mean, Caitlin Hayes just wins the ball so cleanly. I think it's went over the line. I think, truth be told, Amy Gallagher should be finishing that from there. Potentially hit someone in the arm in the way as well.
Christian Gilliard, Chanel VAR acting a Jew, Martin Chanel Shinkajeven, Shekaguni a Rachel, Andrew Craven, Hakundish, Ehin, I guess skip eke, Jano ye, Nahe, Prep finish van, I guess Nahe tell Vans Martin, Shinhaskan tell Shaw Peters Hill. Bal er skeulig mag, eerst go Craig. Heens Natalie Ross, maar er een immitog toerist had er wie gelijk colleague. Zijn Viking attack Kelly Clark terug Galen Corum Castle gereden weil. Zo is alleen As Kavanagh gaan heel fijn wel hoe die bal met bus shed. Zijn kijking het eerste shot. Kist is het wel een bal. Schachert er alleen nog heel. Celtic Jeffinias Gero. Gaan ja zien je kindjach. Ach, zijn na Jalva na Shelton KU. She Gallagher de han er wel. Rasjes of ook serieus. Va een bal shit er goal. Schachert er alleen. Ach, en mag het zo'n Prep van een goal. we already kind of see the pattern today, Suzanne. It's, you know, very much Celtic putting pressure on that Partick Thistle back line.
Yeah, I think, you know, that's what we'll see for most of the game. I think Partick Thistle would have known that also, though, and, you know, they'll set up their stall to, you know, stop the Celtic pressuring when they get opportunities themselves, like, you know, here to get the ball forward. They'll try and capitalise on it.
Sin féiching bullach is it. Ga je heen sies voor oorlog. Silla Barclay. Zo is gelong. Kijk is het. Big an kus. As de reter die heen ze vuids Hannah Caitlin Hayes is schach de hon. Gallagher tjoendag. Truur. Mi heen ik al wat uit. Maar sin she Partick Thistle a ching het fall of lish. McAllister er is Gero Kamat. Kuguna er is Daltov Celtic. Tashlint if Jean Doyne sunshit. Well, Art Soes for Craig. Alles Gunja Lahan. Gu Murphy Agnew. Heen. Gu Mulloch. Die van Rock Gallagher. Ach, Riest. Joe Opper. Vo Amy Bullock. Charles Opper hier to vo captain. Skipper Sabi Ball. Art Vria. Shit, dat is Till. Iantach ag Celtic. Caitlin Hayes at team for doing. Agus Chabela Cown. Ach, le Cass. A good in ball shot in Megan Cunningham. Agus Celtic a dollar Hoshach. Till Kenyoni. Ag Peters Hill. Great ball here and a great run from Caitlin Hayes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a switch of play from one fullback to the other. It's, you know, Caitlin Hayes, we've seen her do that time and time again for Celtic, maybe more from set pieces, but it's a great run. No one spots it, and, you know, she manages to get herself on the end there and score another crucial goal for her team.
Partick Thistle i Chile erst ishit tro Carla Boyce. I heen dal sias for Hujum, agus for UNC Colette Kavanagh. Corum sy sport ag Partick. Idd serve rei bang ysdiach yn y focs agus big an de chunnarst y chwrdd doi at heen. The faking and captain Amy Bullock leis y feil. Iddyn cawn ila Chloe Logan. Fiahang. Rish the look Gian. For the doi Bala Art van de Foster Hoel. A shit va image and long kick. Geen bal geschachat van prachtig. Elise Rachel is Suez Kujak. It wouldn't have counted, but no. Again has to hit the target.
Yeah, it has to hit the target. I think, you know, Celtic were confident she was offside. We could see it from here. She was offside, but, you know, you're absolutely right. She's got to hit the target from there. At least make the goalkeeper work. Partick Thistle showing that, you know, they can create opportunities and cause problems from set pieces.
Hafiz, Brian Graham is saying that he the game at BBC Alba Creation, Shores of Chachgrach, the Zekis in Kujak. Ach, Flint, Tuntag, Shiatel, like Kisha, as a Shach game here of Yaike, O'Healy, Gas Celtic. Inter Heens, Amy Gallagher, Joch Kunners, Oavas of Moor. It's a line at Celtic. But even Misk, look tight, is it? Son serve rip, Bach, Sattles Jacha, Partick Thistle fine. So is UNC long kick at East, Tuchum Katak, well, Fashk, is Rebecca McAllister, Ach, she had Celtic, Haching, Rate Lilish, Balavria, so is Ku, Agnew, Ihane, Asanoshan, Kachleich, Erash Gaross. Scalig at East, Nola UNC, Chloe Craig. Feu Caitlin Hayes dollars Jack and Voxach. Hi Shaw. It is just a line of cool ball at Eichkish, so as you can see Agnew, I guess Machine's gonna chink of Flint. I guess G Rock Shaka de the first. Not quite the connection she wanted, but just shows the danger again in the Celtic front line. Yeah,
it does. It's great play. It's a great ball from Caitlin Hayes, and Agnew, she loves that run, you know, from in to out, and squares it across. Tash Flint, you know, by her standards, it's probably a half chance. She'll be disappointed with the connection, but Celtic's starting to find their rhythm.
And she's come back to Celtic after, well, she moved to Liverpool and then came back after her loan spell last year as well. Just what she brought to this Celtic side.
I've said it before. I think what she brings is, you know, that striker up front who'll get you the goals. And I think what she does as well is she allows Amy Gallagher, as you see,
Gallagher
to drop.
got Clyke Flint a shit. Flint a tune tag. Upper Savalog for Megan Cunningham in the push. Vakor, Celtic vi gaken Johnny Thoshach. Suzanne, you almost teed it up perfectly.
Yeah, I did. No, that's exactly what I was talking about. I think the two of them have been thriving since she came back, and Amy Gallagher, I prefer her playing that deeper role in there. She finds Flint again, cuts inside, and it's a great strike, but you've got to say it's a great save from Megan Cunningham as well.
Operva van een camera kujok zoals gehaard. Ballen gaan een vaste goal eerst. I guess. Misschien vind ik een bal jagdal shachat hier een lijne. Dan ik Shianas. Misschien vind ik een deel eerst. We just see the reverse angle here on that goal, and you know you're not expecting a centre back to pop up there, but if anyone's going, it's going to be the likes of Caitlin Hayes.
Yeah, I was going to say she's not your typical centre back, is she? With the goal return that she puts in, it's a great ball, and you know it's a great finish as well. Stretches out the leg and you know directs it the other side of Megan Cunningham. I think you know Celtic have got that real strong understanding in terms of where they all need to be. They're great at that switch of play, and you know it's worked wonders for Celtic here and put them in the lead.
Hayes a hanlish Riesti heen kid soos a Uncy irritative Hall Lucy Ashworth Clifford Balla Eichkisches Jachan of Oxe Balla Vria van de Riest Uncy Murphy Agnew Yachi Sturig en Noshan Leechorum stoge ach Tor Leechorum en Celtic Crickeshaw Skanach Gaan fuse Karstel na Horach in a gloch cast. Ball soos a Junzi long kick, half er a stay. Hij heen kan hem al stay kutjach. Ach Jirach. De sturing gemach. Like Caitlin Hayes. It's on. Chickley heen Chinganol Gagal. Chloe Logan internet push to do not to Doherty. So Jill Koik game Eichkische in the season set. Ach, ik hier staan 3 gaan ik game in Weiche runner shot. Wat clean sheet Eichkis, maar zijn Ganel Shiana Jeffer on it is da Chickley a Hick Celtic Huge Draste Stach in de Voxe Juncy McAllister is je satel is Jach Kavanagh Kiu Jano Kilior Gus a bang alley a bowline for Smach Kagus Gahorska Hayes Celtic Norshin Fiachan Chin so is it have jaar Stachgessen ach she Rosie Slater of his Gala satel is Jach Tune Divria a shit for boys. Balasos Norshin but Slater of a pick on Kusid. He's got Jirok Kelly Clark. Action is shouting Marigatig Thistle Kunnerst. Horst the Celtic. Gahari Maha a shot. Ross the Dachkig. Leishavil. Hij ging er eerst getaat, pikken van Unie geschit. Maar Bullock stochen, came nog aan, een patje het val af. Agus, wel, Junsi ching is ja. Gatanik, Kugunik Sibi. Van Laven Kilior Suez. In de 12 jaar smensch groot, Doherty stoch with Rutigini Jano Kjarach. Maar reach it. Tilligus College. Lishin Junsi. Ach, hij mag Tirox on Satel is Jach. And we see Partick Thistle, they're more than willing to try and press Celtic at the back. They're not just dropping off straight away.
Yeah, I was going to say that, you know, I think there was a perfect opportunity for them to keep the pressure on Celtic. You know, Celtic are a team that are renowned for wanting to play it out from the back, and you know, when there's enough Partick Thistle bodies in the right positions, they absolutely need to go and press at that point in time, because you know, it doesn't matter who you are or how good you are as a football player. You know, pressure on you, you can make mistakes, and you know, that's what Partick Thistle need to do when they've got everybody in position to do so.
Boys, Jenna Matal, Shachat, if Kelly Clark, Ballas Jachan of Oxe, a Chanyal Cheshit, that's the Legion strip of Partick Thistle, Balotin of Fiaching, Fine Aun. Ach, Chai Geoch Big and Kusrat, it follows Hanik, Chloe Logan, Mach, Gain. He's got horse to Barkley. He is fine. Ach, Geoch Kusrat of Val, I guess. Cora McPartick Tosh Uriist. Megan Cunningham in de push. Jolas voor Eichgesche. Pikkend de Vulje te Partick attack. Het highlight Eva Easton. Is je de Tanninkerash. De Glasgow City. I guess he the Vingy Givesen a Jew. Maar hij is eigenlijk highlights en Keith Gahun. Rangers na Parhaya a Jew. I guess Shin. Caracuth City Mach. Serracious on in Chichtel. Cuse on Lanaga. He's saying Maraha. Pre of League and Pan. Good Shinara who grow Yerige says on Hastach. Streak Yardal in a Farka Jacques Peters Hill gonna be bringing the street in a Clot. Kavanagh tuned down at Ashtalco Hayes. He ain't got Horston Old, the Chloe Craig. Ross Chintoing at a hundred race, I guess at a Glasgow shit long kick. Norsen Huchabal, the Carla Boyce, I guess Kus Kunnerst shit on. It's just exactly what you've said, Suzanne. Suzanne, the pressure, and possibly could have done a bit more with a shot.
Yeah, I think so. You know, great pressure. There was three of them round Natalie Ross, and again, you know, she's so good with the ball at her feet, but you know, she's got her back to them. You know, they managed to nick the ball. Thistle and Carla Boyce, I think she's done the right thing, to be honest, because you know, there was no one up in support, but probably didn't get the connection she wanted. But you know, it'll give Thistle signs of encouragement that, you know, as I say, if they can press at the right time, they can get opportunities.
Faking Hayes Riesjach Galpik and Unje. Kate Mangors, Ross, there is a tune that spot to Hurry Ball. Haast for Hutchum Katash and faking Carla Boyce Riesj. Fiachan Kutchum Gurore. Ball Vria Soos Norshin Gune Fost well. Eater Kavanagh, I guess. Lucy Ashworth, Clifford, she's faking Brian Graham. Fallach coole stand shit. Dat gaat be Piach and Killar. We see Brian Graham is suspended, but he still managed to find a place to watch. What do you think he'll be thinking so far?
Yeah, I think he'll actually prefer the view from up there, to be honest, because you see the game a lot better. But no, I think he'll be relatively, you know, okay with how his team's doing. You know, yes, of course Celtic have dominated the game, had the majority of possession, created the more chances, but you know, I think he'll be quite happy with how his team is structured, how compact they're being, and you know, as I say, you know, pressing at the right point in time to try and create chances for themselves. So, you know, I don't think he'll be, you know, too unhappy at this point.
Bekante Björn, ach Meieri, ga Claire Dougherty, gar fijn het al goed al eerst. Leeskel. Daarna kan een beetje shit die Jano. Nog een beetje slaat zoals een vark. Hij gaat goed. De UNC boys, ach, Chingerash, spot geta. Als je een faking krijgt, boys, vaak aan het bielo. Hij agus cúna go réiteire dul to Partick Thistle beannta slúta go dul siad ag ag nach rá Carla Boyce iad chorm Graham nó smach gaing ar a bhall agus choraméile ag Partick an ball a hatal isteach an a bhogsa. Amy Bulloch ma ha Art mi an a spot finish a duris se sin er faking a ball a tuchum agus si tash flint a ha ching er falav agus ga aing er falav docher take a gleich isteach de Bulloch riest agus hi heen fiachenry gleich soos a leine ha dal to Celtic get ha agus de spot had ga skul genoel to tash flint she is fine go Barclay Flint gairi ar as saig a fáin. Tún taig ha Gallagher, steach an a bhog sa leiseach. Díoch big an cus rá asc. Balla. Chad deach a bulach amach iad long kick. Gan in na bha Gallagher gairi ar réitere a cha Caitlin Hayes iad tún taig bhria I anú agus ga scuil an nuair sin tarsing. Balla Art, steach an a bhog sa agus hannig shit the Unity Murphy Agnew. Agus Stoch gyda Correiche, Iano na biara shit. Just two wonderful switches of play.
Yeah, I mean, you could watch Caitlin Hayes do that all day. Her switch of play is, you know, superb, and this cross actually, you know, really falls for Agnew. I think she'll be disappointed not to connect. I think Cara Henderson's got to stay switched on to that because she's just drifted off her, but you know, a really good chance for Celtic.
Satal isteach itching. Agus ball Art chuna fós de chúl Coile Caitlin Hayes fan a bhail. Agus I ríist Conor Meiche I ceann aing I the shit. If you ever needed a target in the box, you want it to be Caitlin Hayes, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's almost like the ball's a magnet to her in some way or another, but you can just see she's so intelligent with the timing of her runs as well. She can see the play building up in the opposite side, and you know it's great running. And obviously, you know, her teammates know so well that if they get the ball into that area, she's going to be a threat.
Well, was je de first ging Partick Thistle 400 game ein gedolse sport. Chud Barclay Cassisteach de Groich, misschien Graham Gallagher fast get kudjoch ach chud sin stat er brisig voor Partick, I guess. Gewoon ach big an chorig. Vig stoche Partick agus Ross Storman Thigiri Cars Vuye Sunchin. Sgas va Cormache fein gedol nur nach Ross Celtic sechte de hon. Slater gedalish Satal Jack Dolly Unsi. Bulloch I heen Karanamach. Is shit Ed Gallagher ach Rachel Kumal Kujan de Dol Kavanagh. Fiaching aing va shit Bria Gata and Unsi Ching Isteach for Lindsay Taylor. Kavanagh Tokalex aing Rash Iriashku Gallagher Gata Ball Rash a Unsi Tashlin Savile Irish for Cunningham. I guess well shit Puchterish Rain Doherty shit Yenigroich va Cunningham Ka Iari ach Huchchen Ball Unsi Che and Elaine near Celtic. I guess again in Gacher for Chickley, Partick Thistle, Savaluk, Scanial shit the east. Pakata, Tirach Doherty, Gachub. Amach Unsi Tashlin to the east, I guess. Spot handball Poolilian. Suzanne, Partick won't want to see that one back.
No, they won't. You know, the one thing is you want to make Celtic work for their goals, but you know that's a really costly mistake. Tash Flint, you know, you can't give her one opportunity, never mind two, and you know it's a great save from Megan Cunningham the first time round, and you know you can see she's screaming, she's got the ball, she's wanting to pick it up again, and you know misunderstanding with her and Claire Doherty, and it lands at the feet of Tash Flint again, who's not going to miss second time round.
And it has to be said, not the first great save from Megan Cunningham either. She's, even though they're 2-0 down, she's been really good this afternoon.
Yeah, no, Megan Cunningham is, she's been in the game a long time. She's a top goalkeeper, and she's proven that, as you say, a number of really strong saves already, and Partick Thistle need her to continue to do that the rest of today.
Drasted le Njersnike took out route big Celtic Joch Gal Pican Fosh is Pican Cormay de Veil. He's Cachotsuas Gallagher Durissa Gallagher Famo with Chuntagarash UNC Caitlin Hayes guitar Bound Animal Shit McKeown Should have faking Chingus Jack could gonna look tight kick Celtic Chingus Jack Linne Bannon Finca shit or a Flint guitar Geary of Alshin Pican Kusid I guess she Cara Henderson of that one of a cool due the Partick Thistle Che to stochen Nasavish hier first faking is a line out she with narrative till before guys in the season set due le oorlog Italiaatje le Demi Faulkner en mag is de gorstig I guess Mark Jack geschreven in een script she van Henderson kaskoop op geval over shit spot dat Chingerash voor Celtic Mimi Bullock eigen voor smach geta Horseshoes goed Celtic geta Gallagher gelijk is Jack Ball via Riesjag is Shachat is shit Le Murphy Agnew Ed Cunningham Schrodatele Gag Gianu. If the last goal was a mistake, Suzanne, this one's just lovely play from Celtic. Yeah, no, it's great play. Again, it's Agnew making those runs, which she's been doing since the game started, and it's Gallagher again, that's in the deeper position. She's great at finding those little pockets of space and playing those passes, and Agnew, credit to her, she knows where Cunningham is, and she just sidesfoot that passed her into the corner. It's a great goal for Celtic. And Suzanne, if there was any pressure on Celtic with Rangers winning earlier on, they've really showed that they can handle that. Yeah, they have. They would have been, more than aware of the result. But as I said at the top of the programme, they know they've got a job to do here, as they have in every game. It is must win. No team can afford to slip up. Celtic need to pick up the points today to stay close to Rangers, and 3-0 already. You've got to say that they'll go out probably to see this game out and get the points, so they'll probably try and enjoy the football for the rest of the game and add some more goals. Chora Look Taich Partick No Kajira Emma Lawton Tolice Leishishit Viking He's Ching Erstlish Guitar Kunnerst Eriest for Gallagher Flint Gairi Kavanagh Gairi Ross Gairi Huliche Behuv Celtic Giri Kassang Edeville I guess at heen Gurrers I guess skip achter Gurrers na Batche Leher de Gloch 3-tail Lachke ach be at Giri Partick na shit Barclay Gahorst de Gagnew I guess Kummel and Kudjum Eid line of Hool ach bal Dolmach it's on prep van a Hool so Mierig van Vroik Broken Pink shit Celia Barclay Haneke Celtic as Rang show hier skip I get to me na Frank I guess well gaan eens een movie sheetje maar zo achke rohik son gemen en achke shit ach hij ching stach I guess Jano Kama Gallagher get halen kan een bal de rash stach shit tuchum tierach het pialo maar via Agnew I guess kan shit de game below een bal scope geval of tune tag vria voor Colette Kavanagh Horst mag gaan naar Noord is bal eerste schach van de first ui dat is het I guess shit fashion faking Lindsay Taylor Kaskope geval over eerste schach maar Soelje in try and Partick Thistle cumul at all. Big at the veuge show guy guitar. Just a bit of pressured release there for Partick Thistle. Will be happy to get the
yeah,
decision.
I think they need it. I think they need it. It was almost relentless there for a period from Celtic. You know, a chance for them to get the ball in the box.
Ball Suez. Hasn't a faking. Gejach. Tweede gleich in Celtic Shias are Rachel the Torch Kuschen ge Kian. Agnew Dol Shias. Gaan jullie heen belucht Tolletje. With die big aan de wrak. Hij hier als je de kassen. Collis gebi Kjarskelior Kumalore. Jach. Polig Jach. Shit. Eid Lawton, agus Chaviction, the Rochhorstalach. Hashin the Rashkatolariist. Kavanagh Eid. Agus Riish Gaskula gemacht trouw Caitlin Hayes. En afgestuurd voor Celtic via een Björnse 1. Ik goed. De eerste Cara Henderson. Brigitte Kuschen Shias. Keinig gewaarst beetje de rash. Le Geminen aan een pre-of-league en Ban Hearts. En Rangers game is het eerst kunt er nog als een strie is aan een titel bliane. Kolloch gedei Rangers is Celtic gedaan skippen. Is een miske strieschen die nog pijn gechteren. Maar goed mis Kuschen het al maar haat. Feeske de Jewick Peters Hill agus. Cormacu shit de het bioid BBC Alappe. Game Gallagher. Tjunta Gerash. Long cake kom al. Ola Horrische. Geta. Celtic in de bal opgemaakt gaan het willen. Agnew like Corm. Toch gekeken tegen zijn bal. Goed de Rash gemoelig gewoksen. High voor Ola Geta. Shit Lindsay Taylor in de munt. Bal er alles jaag is dan staat alles jaag. Miss me nog goed. Kamelischkal. Brei Bosjan. Captain Celtic Kelly Clark het also is Gagal. Live Suez. Kebische tak Kielrig. Bal gaan vast de goal. I guess Kian verder staan. Cherin gemaakt. Tron Frische Internationale. We gaan skippen voor Nijgiak. Ik helpen. Heen I guess Easton. Rugkugig. Ik kan home shit kan you. Partick. En miske scored shin. Chingerash. Van Norsanele geta. Art gaan vast de goal. Wat Hayes Gieri Kaguna gereedje graai heen talletje. Not unusual, Suzanne, to see Caitlin Hayes asking a question of a referee, but probably nothing in that one.
No, I don't think there was too much on it. You know, I think Ashford Clifford putting the ball in. It's a difficult park, Peters Hill, to try and judge in terms of the delivery. You know, quite often you see people overhit it, and I think on that occasion it was just a case of that.
Viking bal bij Gilmore Road bij in Oravoxe. Ross ga Angerash ga Horst de Gallagher heen ga Angerash is jagus. In de Jan Hall gamig Cara Henderson Scorebug Tarsin in the Vatcha Tarsin. A little bit of a pull there potentially.
I don't really blame them, to be honest, because you've got to stop her somehow.
Anyway it goes.
Yeah, I don't think there's not enough in it for me for anything to be given in the sense of a penalty.
She's faking her microphone in the glow set. ball gan y ffost y chŵl yr eich gyda. Ach, Ginoch cwsydd. Partick diolch y gael y hwlydig y Bwyngaif. Biad y ced idd na diolch 8 minut yn y gwnsi. Dirig I hyd le. Ach, haast ffo oolwch. Tash Flint. Gychwyd ymach. Ard Suez van y chŵl. Sy'n ei ffeiking. Bwylwchs cafna dol. Na I chéile. Ir a hon. Agus Celtic a chwmal ag y chŵl yr eist. Na cleichyd ar yna coiciw. Dirach y geri y feil eisiau. Eisiau Gallagher o hwyddi. Bala Suez I Gwnsi Barclay. Bala Norsen ysdiach agus sy'n ei ffeiking Tash Flint agus Cara Henderson dol yna I chéile. Feisger gwlich gan y lein y gian ag Partick agus na bwgwli y bwlwch dy hi fi cleichus y lein y ma'n strichge. And you have to say Cara Henderson's done well so far at centre back.
Yeah, she's done really well. Again, coming across to the front post this time and closing down Tash Flint. You know, she certainly hasn't looked out of place in that back line so far. You know, and she's been really busy in this first half.
Slater, well, shouldn't find it fall of Woipa, I guess. The ching and Ash Irish to Barclay. I hain Fashke Dorovoxic, a horse to Natalie Ross. Femi hain tuned the garage to Kate and Hayes guitar. Ked Suez, I guess, Coelach Ross Ang and Ash. Baljoch of Furroch, Cassin, Clicketer and Celtic at Raste. Must Jack a score big at fall of Le Emma Lawton a shit. Hakata Celtic Jack Ang at Ash, I guess. Should the Gilach and a more than Furroch Sibiante, Partick Thistle. Hard Suez, ach, va. Clear Docherty a shit, guess a ball of Mach. Heen, Rainy Merachs on a Darnet Hill. Va Codamic Cunningham Jack and Ball of Hokal. Ach, Giach Docherty, a Chleich, I guess. Gijirach ball to Tash Flint. He's getting it east. She's in nod. Barclay. Gahorse the Gallagher. Gallagher tuned to Gadash. Femi Dollarash Hayes. Hayes Gahorse and Norsen the Ross. Eke Foster Cool, Tash Flint Gang, Ball of Bike Elman Gorst. I guess Shin fighting well Barclay area for Gallagher. Diolch Cwsro Ash i'r chleiched ag Partick. Si Gallagher hyd y gol yr Ash gys y sadal ysdiach y gael. Sy'n ei ffeiking. Elena Sedicw. Haast ei ddod y ffarge. Geri barach fan y chleiched yr eich gysio. Sy'n ei ddigarig ymach le Docherty gyda. He's got horse the Gallagher i'r eist, gael yr Ash. Sy'n ced ystau i'r ffarge. Corym y gagnew tiwndaig. Wel, chadwyr i'n corym shit. I guess, well, hagnew yd ffyrwch sias. By cystion an mynysyn. Ha rager is that chwysyn. Collis Gelly. If Chigor staying a shit. We'll see it now, Suzanne.
Yeah, it's a sore one. Is it Taylor, I think, that comes down on the back of her ankle. Probably should have been a free kick to Celtic. The referees missed it, but yeah, sore one for Agnew, who's had a couple in this first half.
So Viking Giri Agnew va van de Weulen shit. Barclay Aing said Chingrash Gawad. Art soos van 'n goeie eerst wel stoch 'n bietjie 'n jaar shit akalach ha me hierig wel van daar raak op Partick de bal op probeer val op gaan hulle dag het op probeer as die Celtic eerst. She is fine a shock a horse de Gallagher hier in tune tegen Jachne de jaarst Agnew bal vria gaan 'n vaste goal. Agus wat Flint a shit. Jemigi stoche Cas a hat allach a hon. Chach eich shit de Iano Gita. Sin faking it. Joch cliche vria for Celtic a line a shit dal chosnasal. En daarnaast Chach Cushion Leia. Sin faking well for Ross Cardiff Coolest Allen. Shit, I guess. Sin fakal gran ag Partick a groichen Carla Boyce gach de stach na boxe Caitlin Hayes cat le shit ach Rainy groch de ball horst de Celia Barclay I guess Gioch na chicken mi yirig Jehan Minach gale Rod Leonia Shaw Stoch a cormid in a ille soos a vaarke Celtic Gallagher ga gleich tre Gunsi Tash Flint I heen tot chemical in Megan Cunningham Shin bal kosje go vria se vijfke toe en naatje se bi bal is skunjelle van soos a Gunsi Tash Flint in de hiet so hoekie bal shachat in de chiglee agus legendarne so geen bal shach go coole lien Keith Gugnoni in this ag Celtic and a Partick Thistle. Gallagher, maar hoors me bal vria van daar zo gegeven weil voor Tash Flint. Stach van een coole lean. Agus shin, maar een goed is te krijgen. Hier wie scanjal te skippen Celtic. Joch, maar Sportig Jerry Groich, ik heru teulachke. Daar hul ik Flint agus a feesgebiesje. Ik geer je hat-trick eichke, roi Jerry la, a shot ik Peters Hill. Pik aan het traalstogen, in het driegarsel na hoorach. A reachede, Andrew Craven, Torskusen gekjaun, hoosig, Celtic. Til vria van, tra Caitlin Hayes, bal, soos van een goal. Agus chudi heen Cassis Jach en Shinny Viking Hotoliche se ha side coup da helik Tash Flint agus Agnew Letil Emisko Hulishian ga akal e Keith Gugnoni Gleunia agus manager Celtic Toliche.
Seing my hat athletes Gitera Erlang agus well le the Vakamat Haringach agus well Kamat Korta Kuchach do Celtic as in the Boonhook Ikle Hunya a Keith Gugnoni and I Partick Thistle gives him back for Suzanne Draste. Suzanne, we were hoping for a bit of a competitive game. It was that for maybe 20 minutes or so, but 4-0 Celtic at half-time and in the end just a very comfortable 45 minutes for them.
Yeah, I think it has been, Celtic really comfortable playing lots of really good football. They would have been, determined to come out and get a really good start. It took them a while, as you say, but, once they've found their rhythm, they're playing some great football to watch.
Well, let's go through it all then. And 4 goals in total, but before the first goal went in, maybe a bit of controversy. I suppose it didn't really matter in the end, but Amy Gallagher probably should have, I think you said up in commentary, probably should have scored, but a good save in the end from Megan Cunningham.
Yeah, maybe I was a little harsh on her first time round, but yeah, she'll be disappointed not to score from there. There's maybe a case, is it handball and is it over the line? It's difficult to see. It's difficult for the referee and the linesman to try and judge that from there. Amy Gallagher's convinced. But obviously it's not been contentious because Celtic are comfortable in the game. Yeah, and like you said, it's not too contentious anymore because obviously Celtic did get the first goal, and no surprise, Caitlin Hayes, of course, a defender, of course, but loves a goal herself. And I mean, you said it yourself in commentary again. Chloe Craig with a cross ball and Caitlin Hayes on the volley this time. Yeah, it's a great ball from Chloe Craig, but she knows where Caitlin Hayes is. I was actually watching her. Caitlin Hayes is watching the play build up. She's timing her run. You can't take that away from her. You've got to time these runs. You've got to be in there. And for a centre back by trade, she scores so many important goals for Celtic, and another one to set her team off and running today. Yeah, and the chances kept coming. The goals kept coming as well. And Natasha Flint, we've spoken about her plenty since she came back to the club in January, but she's really enjoyed herself in this first half. She has. She's always a goal threat. She's always in the box, in and around the box. She's linking up well with her teammates. That chance there, by her standards, is a half chance. She'll be disappointed not to have hit the target with that one. But listen, she's always a threat. She's always in and around and on the end of things. And with this one, you probably have to give credit to Megan Cunningham, to be fair. It was a great strike from Natasha Flint, but what a save. Yeah, no, great save from Megan Cunningham, who's had a number of great saves in this first half. But it's just the link-up between Amy Gallagher and Tash Flint. They just know where each other are, and she eventually gets her goal, although Partick Thistle would have been really disappointed because I think Megan Cunningham, you can clearly see she's got it. She's wanting to dive on it and retrieve the ball, and a misunderstanding with her and Claire Docherty. And as I said in commentary, Tash Flint isn't going to miss second time round. And disappointing as well for them, obviously a mistake at the back. But at that point, Partick Thistle were getting a bit more into the game. They had a couple of free kicks and it was just a bit of a sucker punch. Yeah, it was. As I say, Celtic are more than capable of cutting you open. The last thing you need is to make a mistake, and that was a mistake to give them their second goal. And that's, as I say, you can't afford to do that. And of course, this is the third goal, and Murphy Agnew, the other forward for Celtic today, and she's actually been quite lively in that first half, you have to say, and a great give and go once again with Amy Gallagher, and a lovely finish. Yeah, she has been. I think all game, as you say, she's been making those runs out to in and into out, and this time, again, Gallagher, who, I keep saying it, I just think she thrives dropping deeper. She's got such an intelligent player, can find those runs, and it's a great pass through for Agnew, and a really composed finish. And of course the cherry on top of the cake for the first half for Celtic, Tash Flint once again. It was you were coming down from commentary position, we just missed this one, but it was actually a great ball through once again. We're speaking about her again, Amy Gallagher. Yeah, and it's a part in the Celtic's play. Caitlin Hayes into the likes of Amy Gallagher, who's game deep, and she just knows where Tash Flint is, and Tash Flint is obviously confident Amy Gallagher can find her. She gets it round Megan Cunningham, and as you say, it's the icing on the cake for the first half. 4 goals to the good. Yeah, and of course that was then 4-0 Celtic. I say, well, Sinead son a hiadle maha agus well Sineadish acting a drasta having a dollar cleansing but engine a click there in a vaclich and the hint do Partick Thistle agus well scale come at each noch in the VI geshe agus having a dollar cleansing via drasta shogage maha Rebecca McAllister. Rebecca, thanks so much for speaking to us today. Your football journey, talk to us about it. Where did it all start? I can still remember it now, kind of getting the text from the coach at Celtic at the time. It was just a really proud moment. Your time at Celtic did come to an end though. When was that, and what were the sort of conversations you had with the then manager? I'd went out on loan at Christmas time just to try and get some minutes, and I went to Hearts and really enjoyed it, and then at the end of the season I spoke to Fran and I thought that I needed to play. And realistically I didn't think I was going to get that at Celtic, and to be fair, he was very supportive. He didn't want me to leave, but he could understand why, so then I kind of took the decision to move to Hearts because I really enjoyed my loan spell there. And during your time at Hearts you did get the call up to the national side. How proud a moment was that for you, the initial call up and of course that phone call? Huge moment, very unexpected. I'd played the under-19s youth national team, but you don't expect that there's going to be that jump straight away. Especially at that point there wasn't the under-23s formed.
I think to play for your national team is the biggest moment as a footballer, so it was such a proud moment.
How were you feeling though after that and going into the new year and everything else from a mental health point of view as well?
I think it was tough. Looking back now in reflection, for a number of years I think I'd been struggling, but I tried to suppress it because I thought if you just succeed at football, everything else comes, you're happy, everything will be fine. But I think kind of coming back from the Scotland camp where I made my debut and everything sinking in, you start to realise that it hasn't changed anything. It was a tough time because it was a lot of conflicting emotions, such a high, and then you realise you're at a low point in day-to-day life. It's a hard thing to do, to open up, to be very vulnerable. First and foremost, it was speaking to my parents, and I think they could see, even months leading up to it, that I wasn't quite at my best, and every so often a high comes along and you kind of brush everything else to the side because you think, oh, this is it, everything's fixed. Then from there, I kind of spoke to Hearts and I spoke to Eva, and it was really tough between both of us, but I had to be honest and say I'm not enjoying things, and I think at that point I wanted to kind of let her know that she was aware and take some pressure off of me. Professional athletes, there's a stigma that they're strong, they're perfect, their life's great, they're winning medals or winning trophies, it's brilliant, and that can make it more difficult, and that was the hardest part for me. Maybe to everyone else from the outside, over the last few years it looked like everything was progressing nicely, achieving things I wanted to achieve, but inside I felt like I was just waiting for everything to fall apart, and it's very difficult to open up because you don't know how people will take it. It's not something that's spoken about in sport.
Your last few months at Hearts, when you did eventually step away, how difficult was that?
I'd been honest and said that after the summer I'd be taking a break from football and I wouldn't be looking to stay on. I felt like I needed to take time for myself to reset and figure out what I wanted to do and to work on myself mentally. And it was very difficult because that's all you've known. You know, growing up, you're the kid that plays football. You go into school, teachers are asking, how is the football? And then all of a sudden, that part of your identity is stripped away, so it was very difficult.
A few months passed again after that, and then you began to play football again. So talk to us about that and the decision, and was it part of this you came to first?
I had a couple teams get in contact, which was great. It's always nice to know that people want you. But I'd spoke to Cheryl McCulloch, because I was quite close with her at Celtic. We had a great relationship, and she got in touch and said, you know, when you're ready, no pressure, but if you want to train with us, you can come along. So just before Christmas, I kind of got in touch with Cheryl, and she put me in touch with Brian because I wanted to give it a go. I think I was ready to come back, and I was in a good place, so yeah. You
made your debut for Partick Thistle. How was that coming back onto the pitch and yeah, playing for your new club?
A bit of a strange moment. I think it was only about 10 or 15 minutes, but it probably felt about 90. It was very hard. I think just mentally it's exhausting, but it was nice after it to feel like I got it out of the way.
Where would you say you are just now?
I'm in a good place with anxiety and your mental health. It's not something that gets fixed, it's something you have to consciously be working on kind of every day, knowing maybe some habits that help keep you at a good level, keep you mellow. So I think the big thing for me is just taking it day by day and doing things for myself, making sure I'm improving for me and not to try and attract attention from coaches or national team coaches, whatever it may be. So really just slowing down and just taking things day by day and seeing how far I can go. I think the biggest thing is it's not a weakness to be struggling. I think there is that perception in society, but especially in sport, that you know, you hear about, oh, you get a wee bit of nerves before the game, you have to push through, and I think it's identifying, is it nerves or is there something deeper? And it's definitely not a weakness. It doesn't have to stop you achieving whatever you want to achieve. It's just about another wee hurdle you need to overcome and learn to cope with it, but it definitely won't stop you.
Gaibh ma hascíalach Rebecca McAllister agus chomá gyfroi cho honor a chuing an na hin agus ma bhí fain fachgal cola dia an na hin agus ma gyfili idash cola then cúteach cleichbal cos agus gytera in seolju cola the Partick Thistle. Well, Tolly chera cola then drasa mihin is Suzanne had Demi Faulkner. Demi, thanks so much for joining us pitch side here. We'll chat a wee bit about what's that first half there. It's been a tough one for your side. But firstly, I want to ask you about, we just heard there from Rebecca McAllister, of course. Great to see her back playing football again after leaving Hearts at the end of last season. Just it's just fantastic to see her back, isn't it? And what she brought to this Partick Thistle side?
Yeah, it's been brilliant having her back. Playing football, obviously, you always want to see people coming back and playing football. But she brings a lot of experience to us, and even in the changing room as well. She's always talking away and she's always encouraging everybody. But like I say, she just brings a lot of experience to us.
And Suzanne, it's great to hear top-level athletes speak so openly about mental health. And, you know, Rebecca was going through a tough time for quite a wee while there. And it maybe opens up the question, is there more need to be done maybe for young players now coming into the game? Because the women's football has changed so much over the years, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's changed so much over the years. Listen, it is really refreshing to hear her speaking so openly, you know, and credit to her. You know, she's a role model for doing that itself. You know, I'm a big believer that, you know, football can do so much for you as a person. You know, I've got a young girl myself and I would love nothing more than her to get into sport, because I think it can offer so much to you as a person, and, you know, it's just great to see Rebecca coming back.
Yeah, fantastic, absolutely. Demi, just on that first half, I have to ask you, 4-0 Celtic it is. Where do you try and make sense of it for us from a Partick Thistle point of view? What has gone wrong today?
It's been a tough one. I think we've been punished kind of for some of our own mistakes, and that's kind of been something that's been happening quite a bit through the season. But it's just we've tried something a bit different with the shaping things and having people in different positions. So I think it's just a bit of communication and things as well. So I think we just need to tighten that up a bit and try and press Celtic a bit higher rather than sitting deep.
But how tough is it playing against the Celtic side? And I suppose the top three teams in this league, when they are in this form and they are finding the target more often than not, how difficult is it just to stop that?
Yeah, it's extremely difficult. And you know, when you're playing against the top three sides and Celtic are pinging the ball around you, it's difficult. But we've just, like I say, try and press them up a bit higher, and hopefully that works second half.
And just switching gears a second to yourself, obviously during the week was a big week for yourself, extending your stay at the club. How excited are you to do that? And, you know, what are you guys looking to sort of go on to achieve, obviously the rest of the season, but into next season as well? Yeah,
I'm glad to obviously sign on again for next season. But it's just the same thing as this season. We want to keep trying to push a bit further. We're closer to 5th and 4th than what we were last season, so it's progression and we want to keep that going. So hopefully we'll see where we finish this season, but again next season we want to be pushing further.
How much further can you go though? I have to ask that because you just made the top 6 last season and then you were comfortable making the top 6 and of course the cup final as well. What's next?
I'm not really too sure what's next. Obviously we want to finish. We want to be finishing 4th realistically, but we know that it's a difficult thing to do. But like I say, we're closer to 4th and 5th than what we were last season, so it's a lot of progression. But yeah, we want to try and finish as high up as possible.
Yeah, exciting times ahead, particularly for Partick Thistle. Well, gashing Coromanish Sula Horch Eid in the SWPL ga agus wahal nech vor the hien von the league shin agus well as you win the gemichen shot is gesari to Queen's Park upon a shia gehun and I all I relay agus well Glasgow women a general hush id Kilvarnick a shin a kielach machaitishing id the klar gevel Queen's Park 8th in league woonachig smashin biasen se friav league 8th na Vliena 8th na Hazen. Suzanne, I just want to bring you in here. Confirmation after today's results in the SWPL 2. Queen's Park will be joining us in the top league next season. So well done to Craig Joyce and everyone there at Queen's Park. A fantastic achievement. Yeah, no, it's a fantastic achievement. You know, credit to them for winning the league, and I'm sure they'll be enjoying that. And enjoying the celebrations, but they'll be looking forward to coming testing themselves against the best teams in the country. And of course you played them in the cup as well, in the Scottish Cup, and you won 3-1 that day. But you saw on that afternoon, they're a tough side and they'll be a good addition to the league. Yeah, the game that we played against them, they gave us a really good game. And it's like Montrose coming up as well this season. They've done extremely well, so hopefully Queen's Park can go and do the same. Another Glasgow derby as well for you to enjoy? Yeah. But yeah, Demi touched on Montrose there, and of course they've come up, and it wasn't to be for Glasgow women when they came up last season. They went straight back down. But Montrose have shown, they won again today against Spartans, that you can come up from the SWPL 2 and you can be competitive in this league.
Yeah, no, I think, you know, how Montrose have handled the league this year has been tremendous. You know, they've got a good result today, but even, you know, against Glasgow City, I keep saying it, you know, they ran them close, you know, and I think they can be really proud of how they've done this season, and, you know, Queen's Park will be looking to do something similar when they come up.
And it's so important as well that the teams who do come up can believe they can be competitive, isn't it? And it can only be good for the women's game.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to, you know, any footballer wants to win. You go on the pitch to win, so, you know, they'll be coming up to this league. They'll be, as I say, testing themselves against the best. They'll be under no illusion how difficult it'll be, but they'll be looking forward to coming up.
Demi, we're just going to head back up to commentary now, but will you be back playing middle of the week?
Yeah, I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Oh, good stuff. No, thank you so much for joining us here pitchside on BBC Alpha. Thank you, Suzanne, as well. Like I say, well, dámanis akin chachting havor Jeshal son adarna leg show, adarna lea show on the Crofatric show. Dámanis agoladash gueling.
Moran Tain Gavichal, Corug, Anchinach, Ishich, and Faking Tash Flint, Hanilisha, Gavi, Fine Corum, Serve Rape, the hat trick, Gamalishgal, Aikish, Shin, Gavi, Stoche, Dilich, Yesha, Shin Faking Arahu, Kitlaferski, Hami, Faking Irmavilo, a shot, Shin Narahugaha, Elena Sadiku, the Yano, Shin Kachok, Edu, the Arachian Vohuv, Partick Thistle, Erigroich, Kuchok, and Kerrywoffiki, Girach, Ifine Naharavan. Should find Jera Vohuv, Partick Thistle, Givel Imogen Longcake, Chinyet, Haclair Doherty, Chinyet, Kuchok, Agus Rebecca McAllister's Jagi, Ivi Breen, Choma, Ecleunia, as a Fees Chai Yesahu Grolive, Agus Schnefaking, and Keru Arahu, Kehid Arahu, Ecleunia, or Rachel, Andrew Craven, Givi Fine Cushion, Goodall, Girach and a Chukdan, Agus Laferski of his on. Jeff Jeremy with the subs shit. McAllister, Doherty, Agus Longcake, Ahanik Ye, Donaldson, Hay, Agus Anderson, Chinge, Agus Hay, Lish, Edrasta, Ida Dave Yarst, Fiaching Ball, Shach, Hunevokse, Ach, Colette Kavanagh, can start in the shin. Faking Gata, Gilhay, Gang, Rash, Cormela, Ball for the Shach, Hunevokse, Agus well, Mava, Conamacha, Shet. Donaldson aha, Gahorsh, a Norshin, the Agnew, ach, he find Cormela and Trace Conamaikisha, Ball for the Shachan of Oxes, Darnelation, Girach, Minachis Shachid, Philip, Big and Soft Rud Big, I guess Ball and Norshin Ching, Rash, Van Devela, I guess Shinafaking, Dolamach, and Canapaki, Big and Kus, in a Vela shed. Suzanne, can't imagine Tash Flint's too pleased coming off 2 goals. No chance for the hat-trick.
Yeah, I was actually thinking she was in contention for play of the game, but there goes that. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's, you know, rest or injury, but Kit Laferski, I mean, it's by no means...
Laferski, le cheval, se spot, ach, Girach, Tuv, Kjan, Fosta, shit. And that would have been a great start for the sub.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Kit Laferski, you know, she's such a great player herself, you know, and more than capable of adding a few goals of her own in this second half, and there you can just see the danger. Unfortunately for her, it's off the side netting this time.
Suez, Caitlin Hayes got ein, Gallagher, Norshin, Gahorst erst, weil Fiaching, Laferski ein, Laferski Lish, as a Voxa, there is a ball on the Foster Hool, Va, Corum, Egg, Ashworth, Clifford. Hajachle, Gallagher, Gahum Alpio, Femi Hain, Dollar Ashta, Chloe Craig, I guess some Norshin, Heen gasgulach de Caitlin Hayes. Hayes dal seacha de díos. Ball a bhria Sourson and Nursing go Ross. Ross go Horst Gallagher. Corm Stowhead Gallagher vo Astad. Hanili Galshin ball Stach on a Vokse. I can see the scope of good follow by Partick. Kelly Clark. Come on, smack. A shit to Carla Boyce. I guess Shin Fakal. Corm ek Partick Brishig Suez at Heen. Lawton go Horst to Boyce at East. Ball dal Troch Hassan. Colette Kavanagh. I guess Boyce at illegal. Kaguna get each of it. Fairly easy decision, but this is the kind of thing that Partick really need, is, you know, to get something from one of these set pieces.
Yeah, it's a definite free kick, but as you say, they need to try and capitalise from that. You know, Beluca's has got a great delivery, and you know, she'll be looking for one of her teammates to get on the end of it here and try and get him a goal that gets him back into this game.
Beluca Hound going to spot finish. Well, by Hayes Fashkid. Heen can make no lava. And as you said, she's got a great delivery, and that's what she did.
She's throwing her arms up in frustration there, and you know, you've got to say she's entitled to do so, because it's a great ball. You know, strikers should be thriving on a ball like that into the box.
Ching Red Rash de Villa Gallagher Fiachni Agnew Lorrock and shit Marahorsin Cara Henderson the Vigiano Kama Asalina Hool Kiyusi Kietley Ganyan Kidtil Nanai Va Henderson Agus Cunningham Vat Geno Kama Hayes Gataja Cassis Jackley Groich shit Mishgal Shin Celtic Ching Erst Ball Gallagher, I guess, is Jack on the Vokse. Farin Dueth. Cunningham Graimith. Donaldson, Gehorster Ash de Hay. Ball Suez Unsi Boyce. Kusa the Shins Kanai Boyce. Fashke the Jet. Gallagher, Count Avila Shit. Vo Hazerish. Kavanagh Tuntag. Ball Gunsi Lefersky got with Shaka, that is his Shaka on the Vokse. Kaguna get each of it. Andrew Cravens decided there's just too much from Lefersky there.
Yeah, I think if, you know, it was just connection with the feet, maybe not, but I think the fact that she's put her hands on the back is, you know, made it a little easier for the referee to make that decision. Again, just shows you the threat though that Kit Lefersky poses with her pace, you know, going through the centre of the goal.
And despite the decision, a nice finish anyway.
Yeah, it was. You know, as I said, when she came on the pitch, you know, I was thinking for Partick Thistle they would have been glad to see Tash Flint going off, because if Lefersky was coming on to add to Tash Flint, because I really rate her. I think she's a really great striker, and you know, she'll cause problems for Partick Thistle in this second half for sure.
Ashworth Clifford, Susie Unsi Agnew the goal she is. For Newnsy Egg Donaldson, Chanel Donaldson Toliche. Face Nahel Agnew Toliche Varach.
Yeah, I think Agnew will be wondering what she's done, because she seems to be on the end of all the late challenges today. I was actually surprised that Donaldson didn't pick up a yellow card there. To be fair, it was right in front of us, and it was a poor challenge. Possibly
fortunate. It's maybe her first thing she's done since coming off the bench. Ball so is going to force the goal. Koana, Caitlin Hayes at East. With this man, you could be Partick if through na Kerr with Jimmy Hill with Caitlin Hayes. A Ganyan Shin. High fine Doi Hurricane. Cass no Kiaun Aingere Vail. Ball at Ard Suez. Lawton Gaakal. Kagunu Daltuv Celtic. Here's Lefersky for Olach. Ishid Vo Henderson. Kavanagh Chingit Falavlish Dalshaka did captain Partick. Give it to Kjal Barclay. Janokama Humalashja. Oh, Hatahumi Jaha. Brachtach illustrator as Suez. I'd literally just said she'd done well to keep it in. The flag goes up.
Yeah, no, the flag went up right away.
Bulloch, Fiachan Tuuntags, Fiachan and ball over Humach. You got Partick. He fang in Darna Corum should the Yano. Got Suez Unsi boys. He ain't Yano Kama. Aing Fosmach. Gahay Kamal Graham with Kavanagh Kujok. Kavanagh Chinya Falavlish. Tuuntag Rashish Jaxis Gaskulig. Agnew. Hakata. Henderson. Goprahu Falav. Yehin Dolshias. Ach, Haneli Fang Kagunik Sabi. On the rage of it, Agnew. Dolshias Irish. Ach, Ching and Falavlish Ha Partick. Susko Hay. Yehin Ketisjach. Hanel Che. Savukse Bullachast. Hanish boys. Bal Dolsjach Unsi boys. Ach. En Kahul va Clark, I guess. He's Tulloch Jacquillard. He's done well there to hold things up to get some support in the box.
Yeah, it was a really positive run and a great cross across the face of the goal. Just unfortunately for Partick Thistle, no takers in this occasion.
He's Ching Arslish. Gallagher, the Hainith, Chintoin, the Hon. Ashworth, Clifford, like ball of Ria, Susi, Hunsi, Lafersky, Aing, and ball of Tuchimgi. Far of Vacha Tarsin, Sniffaking, Art Coach of Celtic, she is fine. Fuggy Giroch at a dog, Gladden, and Big Shin in the Gollishjach, a high has the Giri, the skip Eike, Puchtig at I guess Lafersky, Giano Shinnerist, Gayarigish Jack, a Hunsi Gallagher, Kato the Hain, Fashke, I guess, Spot, a Partick fine, Corum, but. I mean,
yeah, she was actually second favourite to that ball, and she gets across so well, and you know she's so unfortunate to see that come back off the crossbar, because it would have been, you know, an extremely great goal for Celtic.
And we see the Celtic head coach below us. She would have loved if that had gone in. She was jumping up and down, and
yeah, it was a great move from Celtic. Ashford Clifford, you know, a great pass, and you know Lafersky doing what she does best, you know, spinning, winning the ball, and she knows where Megan Cunningham is, and you know any other day that's underside the bar and in the net.
Boyce in a goal shot did Hayes a shit. Donaldson leis Fiachan Tuuntag I Hain for Ola Click Kavanagh ach fo Aster Sinead Faking Donaldson a shit. Rachel Donaldson's done that a few times previously, and if that had gone in, it would have been one for the highlights reel.
Yeah, I think there's a saying she only scores screamers, and yeah, again that was nearly one of them. Great turn, and you know again does the right thing, has a strike early, hoping that Logan's not alert, but unfortunately not in target this time.
Celtic go Prachumach van a goal. Ashworth Clifford de week Eri van Wijk Hayes I Hain go the Stach en de Vogse Van Kerrer en as de Hoopsik Celtic ga Eri as a Vogse ach Shehe had Shane in Falavlish Joe Oper voor Gallagher get staat goed orische Chinger eerst Caramille van de Klee de bal go de Stach Cunningham ga Voelige Falavlish Dorn Hoekja en Noorsen de Agnew I guess toch ook Rock Celtic wie Koik at Hoshach. Just another one that Celtic probably on another day would want that to go in. Yeah,
they would. Agnew, she's taken it well as it's come out there, but straight down the throat of Megan Cunningham. I think, you know, listen, Elena, as you say, is animated on the side when they're missing these chances, but you know they'll know that goal difference could be a feature as well this season, and you know they won't want to let up in this second half, and they'll want to make the most of the opportunities they get.
Partick Thistle at Hain, Kamal Adal, Sinead Faking, Ross Stormont, Amai, Aaron Odd, Fiachan Skipek is in Fuchtig at Erst, Keinig, Chanel Brian Graham, Chorum Avi, Id Orefarke Draste, is in Fochask, son 3 game, son Dachar Svuje, Nurva Skipek, a Cleich, and they Hibs na per high of the season. Lav in a clachig a shit for Lawton. Beicanta Stratach dul idir I héin agus Ashworth Clifford. Chanel Stratach ar a gol y macha doi clwyche Partick Thistle itir agus sin y siors ar ydw ys Cyw Brian Graham Maganion yn sgor. Tolich eich yn gyfel y tas dy stri. Gallagher. Charo Chef Ashk sy'n biore. Agus sy'n cafn a halai corum y bal o chydysdiach yn y fwgse. Bal o dol mach. Son Brit Van Oshan. Celtic Giano Cheshel pick an aardig in Ille Giano. Ach mas Chikshin, Hishin en Breep Van Oshan. Wel, Chanel Shin as een Bjarne begon, ha nest. Clark, Gavi, Gachod, Shach, Hunsi en Tail, ik Megan Cunningham. Ball at Tuchum, agus fara vatje darsing at East. Hayes Gavonachug, Sihir Dolamach. And again off the crossbar, and again Caitlin Hayes, just as you say, there's something in that headband, just finds the ball every time.
Yeah, exactly. Again, she gets up so well and wins the ball, and Lefersky, she'll be wondering what she's done wrong, because that's the second time in quick succession off the crossbar.
She's faking Slater, Jano Gamat, Fine Kadol, Riest, Puchtig is a dream, a shit for Hayes. Chanel Boyce, Fine Kagunug, Andrew Craving Kata, Bala, Skele Gamach, go Ashworth Clifford, the shot. Heen for Picanolach for Hayach. Going at Ash, Hayes, Riest, Fine Molug, when an art coach, Eichke. Mollock at that, Vahu Partick. Good Joanna Ferguson is it. She's faking ball to Tuchum till the first gear is check is it is. So Darna to this Vahaniki Fad Napain get you a quick minute in Chia Karash. High the ball hood Fadavacha Tarsin. Lefersky's Gallagher got like hechter shit. Ach the score up a good fall off. And you'll tell Fatis a peek at that. Gallagher finding Darna caught him a horse to Lefersky. Lefersky got Yaragarash, Tuchum, and Norshin, I guess Meyerig, a J 3 Jiffin, Foreman, Natalie Ross, Lish, and then Savalu, Scaniality for Cunningham. They were queuing up to put it in, but Megan Cunningham wasn't having any of it.
No, she wasn't. Again, it's a great save. I think it's the opposite hand. Yeah, it's a left hand comes across and, you know, strong and gets it behind for a corner.
She's faking Marahan Yersnika, Torsboy, Cushion, Dorstig has the shot. And a Peters Hill, Bala Art, Hunafos the Hool, Jean Fat Kiaun, Partick Thistle, Miyirig, Shinafakal, Coramilach Van Noshan, Shinafaking Riest, Giri Caitlin Hayes, Voni Kambalach, Kunnerson Beyond. Darna Mike Irugloos at Fiskeriju. Ball is Shach on the first eye. There is a, I guess, Haydiach got good cool line yet. Coramilla. Chinny Yunsi and Delery, Chinnachin, mismentioned for the first. Ach, Haro Kunnerst, more Sabian. Nahara Hien, a Ching, Vahuv Celtic. 3 Jeffer Aragug. Draste. Shin faking. Gewel. Lucy Ashworth Clifford the Chin yet. And that's it. Shen Munlu. Kuchok the Chin yet. Caitlin Hayes. Nahachisha. Shin faking McEnany. Thanks to Kuchok. Celia Barclay. Dolye. His son Nika going. I guess. Arahian, the Chinganish. changes from Celtic, but it doesn't make it much easier for Partick Thistle at all.
No, it doesn't, and that just shows you the strength that Celtic have. You know, they have real quality throughout their squad. You know, everyone that they've brought on there is more than capable of starting the game. So, you know, there'll still be a huge threat in this second half.
Donaldson should Hanneke Hain id y Gleuniau. 3 arachug Rhain Ross Stormont yn o'r sy'n. Sef iach yn ei cwysyn arachug. Cynnig Ceid Gynioni y fan y Gleuniau with the heaches cor siachad yn eich hastig I Cehydd. Cafna chingad erslish. Gahorst ydy'r Ross agos yn o'r sy'n dy Gallagher. Monlw stiach yn y fog sy'n leisiach. Hain, Jach Kalmach, McEnany, Kataching, Suis, Skagach, Ross of Yaching, Broiking, is Jach the Groikach, Dolarash, the Chloe Craig, Smith, Shid, Gahorst Leferski, Tune Dagarash, Spalchan of Fosterhool, Monluk, Vika Ain, Gun Kustri, Hain, Fiachni Tune, Dag Spalhood Art, Gun of Fosterhool, a Shid, Valeferski. I guess for Megan Cunningham got I don't know what Leferski has to do to get a goal today. Yeah,
Megan Cunningham again stood firm in the right place, and it's a great cross from England. You can actually see Leferski. She's the most eager to get there, and she does get there. She meets it well, and Megan Cunningham's there to thwart her again.
Gallagher Halm, Horston Ashton, Natalie Ross, the Mach Iridiv Hall to Jennifer Smith. Hain, the Horston Gallagher Iridiist, Ashton Natalie Ross, casting it down to Eichgische, Björn, Ball, Suis, Norsen, Gunsi Leferski, I guess, Ek, Fosterhool, Ishit, Gaeu, Murphy Agnew, Gasturigisjach, Gan Leon, Coic Celtic. Again, they were just kind of queuing up at the back there.
Yeah, eventually they get their goal in this second half, and again it's, you know, great patient build-up play from Celtic. I think it's, you know, goes to Natalie Ross and then back out again to Amy Gallagher, who you must say gets another assist. You know, fortunate, I think it came off the head of one of the Partick Thistle players, but lands at Agnew, who reacts really well and just sidesfoots it into the back of the net. Megan Cunningham, no chance.
Ard, Suis Elena, ach bal er golamach, at Savasanier. Sniffing bal, Chingish Jachishaw, Tuchum, Do, Agnew, Irikian Howell, I guess. Darnatel Eichgische, Idenichske. Fakal Celtic Koikad Horsach, Skigeri Parak, Smith, Ishal, Junsi, Leferski, Kefoste Ui, gaat door die heen shit. Craig, Ekkehoel, via ging de Kushin Enketal is de Satal Stacha, she Partick Ching and Falavlish. Viking, Ching, Machlish, Bulloch, Fiachni Bal, Skullig Suis, Hanela Fruch, Suis is het Donaldson, en heen, gloos het Biknas Arsje. Fiske, Nina Shimpli, Shaw, the Celtic, en is Koik en Jonny het Hoshach. Maar de Horsmink daar. Art Coach Celtic, Giri, Kumat, Ar Puchtig, Shen Menlu, Hale, Uloch, Sheniano, Draste, Kumal, Bekan Kutje Middenveil, Gallagher, down Salicious Chach, Savokse, and some ball at Dolmach, his son, Preposha Nacht. Good pressure from Monlu and Gallagher again. to pick that up.
Yeah, not letting Partick Thistle get out too easy. You can see from the touchline they're still asking, you know, so much more of Celtic. They want them to keep applying the pressure and, you know, try and get as many goals as they can here.
Feu yn breipos an gyda post y chwl i'r eich yn Taragic eisiau dy Kelly Clark hadol ymach agos ar y chwch y tîn byhyf Partick Thistle eisiau feiking Sinclair y tînydd yn arche Amy Bulloch been a tough afternoon in the middle of the pitch for the Partick captain.
Yeah, it has been. You know, it's an area that Celtic are really strong in. You know, it's difficult in these games, particularly when you don't have a lot of the ball. I think, you know, Bullock though, you know, when she's been asked to go and put, you know, set pieces, free kicks into the box, she's put really good ones in. That, you know, perhaps she could have asked a little more of her teammates to get on the end of them, but you know, it's a difficult game for Partick Thistle. You know, Celtic have been right at it from the first whistle here today.
Skipper Partick has to carry Kuchum Hurid Celtic at Cahool. Viking Donaldson, Donald Craig is shit. He's in ball. Miri Dalmax on Sattles Jack. So Lobriction, Q Maravig, Ross Stormont, I guess Skipper Hochi Giri. Na Moran Ronin on a shit. Viking boys. Shiva Kairiach. Marashin the Ra Hotrich Fiskeriju Celtic gang Arash is just Gal Coromopra who won a who McEnany Lebala Skirnyal so as a Unity Lefersky Cunningham Chingamach the Hon Do Shaka did Cunningham Amach Agnew Gahud the Stach Shahat Irafost. Cunningham probably felt she had to come for it, but it kind of all just went a bit wrong for her.
Yeah, it did. Again, Lefersky, she's so quick. Great composure when she gets by Cunningham to pick out Agnew, who, you know, probably thought she had her hat trick there, but you know, Partick Thistle on this occasion managed to stop the danger.
Cunningham Mihane, Lorog, Roinian. In the paper match, Van a Hool, for a Lorog Ach, Jennifer Smith, Donaldson, Gata, Giano Ma, Mihane, Norsen, Edelical, Collect Kavanagh, Haroi Toliche, Mian Shin, Bacon de Hor, well, in your car, a hound, Nura Hajirok, Donaldson, a Brainach. Hugh Groihane has to come on Groich in the doll. Partick met Horst en Nunjak heen. Balen goed zoals Ching Geta. Wel heel misje. Geroa Ching. Voor Celtic ik Jan Hal Gatanik. Machine Chloe Logan Dol. En mag in de hand. Hey, shit. McEnany Kuchok voor hey, hij heen John op jaar. Shin Goedemag, hij is aardig gele Ching voor Celtic. Ching ja, van Natalie Ross, ach Ching je. Shin Viking Lisa Robertson shit. Geet game eichke shit rash voor wat Lenu eichke. I Chile kan ervaren. I guess garsach is go dhéanú mis skippe agus luchcoachí agus gaming an luch taich I dathúh is seo ag Petershill. Suzanne, we see Lisa Robertson back, and just what will that mean to Celtic in the run-in for this season?
Yeah, I think it's massive. You know, first of all for Lisa, you know, she's a great player, but she's an even better person. You know, she was a teammate at mine at Glasgow City. She's obviously, you know, her first game back, having became a mum. You know, it's great to see her back on the pitch. You know, she's a really great player. She's huge for Celtic, and you can see the reaction of her teammates. You know, they're delighted to have her back.
And we see just how much she's enjoying being back as well, as the smile on her face.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, she loves football. She's, you know, such a competitive player, wants to win. She's a winner. You know, and she'll be delighted to be back. And you know, I think it's a wee boy that she had. You know, I'm sure that she'll want him to, you know, as he grows older, come and watch her play in this pitch and do what she does best.
Hopefully, maybe in better weather than this, but that's an upside about that.
Exactly.
Sna Viking maha na luchtaich sin ag Celtic na drúmichin achgus in drúmichin ag luchtaich Partick Cúteach idú Bí mi cheann gus splitug maná mi yumi gacha noch gachan sin cúteifit Sna Viking game scanneal ar a bhar gus Celtic a Shelting persona had tíoch pungid gyrigid Rangers ag mulach príomh líg na banna Seán Alapa. Sat Gary Barach Hill haast Koi Gachke Immer Cormir Biachke Bala in Norsen for Smith Vai Fiaching Jacha de Vokse Junti Gallagher Dach She Donaldson and Ishching and Falaflish for her Partick Thistle. She faking Laferski Gata she Cas Jacha de Gnoy Krieg Gachudemach son Satal Jach. Partick fiaching Bjarna Horik in a Lorach ag go húlach. Teach cús ar a bhall sin is son Lucy Sinclair. Ball go Smith is shit. Ir a bhripig le spianug tanimi is Jach gonna look taich is Shoik Petershill Watson. Diving goal, dói fangamach. Sarate the shit was later. Geen de vaak McEnany Janama Balshin ein Fosmach. Kavanagh with the pick on the vrip. A shit. I guess. Colosora nach El Kushi Bullock Corstal. Ha Smith Chingers Lish Gita. Kate is Chacher de Vokse. I guess ball Dolomach son Brepashan. I guess Jihan Koik Minachin Giak Idakal Celtic Ked Riparach Hill Partick Thistle Dachage Fiachan is Statuchorada. I guess Stocher Rutigan Nine Gaif Pain son Pican Mishnok son Shachen Garidu Tulicha Viachkase. Rangers, agus Glasgow City, Cúteach ra dhéireach na seachcanneachs cúisin tar a ball a seachanú Vokse ball a bhríomh an bhó McEnany ach chadúid sé Celtic fosmachí agus ríiste sin Viking Kavanagh bhí fiaching per targetach Charwaster sa bí an Smegin Cunningham a ganin in Coig Till na é ha í iad a bhí gléimhá étar na puiste Partick a dú. He Gachaj vo Kelly Clark a shit. Dalrashku McEnany. Shane Menlu. Ching it erst. Balla Hunsi Gallagher. Ach. The Jaringamach Donaldson. Fiaching it boys. Chanai he Gita boys a shit. Shane faking chin Fantna Parket. Lindsay Taylor. He in the V. Igmian Lina and Adams Chinye. Nahacha shit. Face Gurgurevik, Lindsay Taylor, Ishit, he's just Coig minutes yn diog na mar sin ag Adams Shelting dan is skip a chodji agus maar as jy nie faking Brian Graham is het en as me wel a fiach yn ei falloch no dirach gach om al heen bla coole standach Shelting ga heen kutjoch die sy'n eisiau Giano y mi yn y farge the Partick Thistle. Leferski ga je heen is jach de hon gaan Partick College ach ga je heen if je gaan riang ras eerst het aster een heikje bal via jach jach at de first guitar just the speed of Leferski there.
Yeah, I mean she never gives up. You know, I knew anyone else that's an overhit pass, but Leferski makes it good, and you know she's unlucky. She does the right thing, goes across Megan Cunningham, but unfortunately by the post, and you know she'll not be too happy if she doesn't get on the score sheet because she's had a good few chances, albeit she's probably made them all for herself.
Da Chorum var Evatje Tarsin, de Git Leferski, Kutjoch Savalog ma voor Cunningham Miskshin Kutjoch ek Leferski Jew. Smith in de Divjarst, Chingerst, bal Suez, UNC Gallagher. Heen Dolshacha de Rosewell. Vai Dolshacha de Slater ach Hyundai Rash. Rash good leach Slia, good Chloe Craig. Heen's Kelly Clark, Snorshin McEnany. She is fine. Ach. Son errors Trock Kavanagh. Aha. Celtic Fia gingen draaste. En mag Gus Smith in de noord. Heen could cast Jimmy Heller by lach. Cast a ching is Jack Kutchok. But yellow Partick Thistle, I guess Girach Satal is Jack of his hand. Darna Chorum Inishtik Jennifer Nicky going. How you find Kavanagh in a veil, Kavanagh Norsen Tuntag, Bala Ku Ordevo, well, by Fiaching it, Monlu, Hang it Ordevokes it. Seeing it fall of Lish guitar, Sinclair, Hai Galeoch Slia, Girach Kus, Clayhiderin, Ida Robertson, I guess Kavanagh, Chemical Lorette, Hey, Gahorst Suez, good boys. I guess Irash Tro Sinclair, UNC Anderson. Gilliora Luchtaich, Jefferation. A shot at Peter's Hill, a Jew. A ganyan Drochiches, Gale, so hula datilla. Had to be faking game. Gaan more aan Farpishan, Yishin Yirin, ach haastig in de wie Gira Arst. Kavanagh, Dolschach, Sinclair shit, Sinclair teen, Rash gonna strie guitar, agus Mirik ein, he, 400 Dolschach did McEnany. Thank you. Ordevokse, bal is Jach de first goal. Got a shit fatter fall off. Not sure if that was a cross or a shot, but if it had gone in, she would have claimed it.
Yeah, exactly. Again, it's good play from here, good positive play, and yeah, Logan was a lot more relaxed than I was from here. You know, I thought that was potentially sneaking in at the back post.
I can you shit. Geez, Jimmy Gallora, I find it fall off Leishka Horste, Kavanagh, Spot, Smith, find Norshin, well, Chavor, Shachat, with Rosie Slater, Brock, a chingish Jach for Slater, because Stat, a Gorode. Yoshin Piach, gonna pick on Vinnichin, was Susanna Huv. Sark like it game, Ronian, Gillior, a Misk, in the hoops, Hanatu. Loferski gehorst de Noorse in Ash de Smith prachtach Elise Rachel is soas sy'n ffain na'r clywys molwg môr de Cara Henderson fo Ross Stormouth Fysig Partick gel na gemyn yn sio ystau i frisig an y prif lig na ban dwylich aif a dwylich yn nuri ach mae'r hwrs Demi Faulkner gleunia na basge na skipi yn a haedd horsach o'r na fad idd y season a chai cwrsioch cwrs i'r noch sydd y chwp y Sky Sports agos mae'r sy'n erstis gair i'r idd y season sy'n gael Partick Thistle Caniel Cullet Kavanagh Tollage 5-0 up, and it just shows the mindset of the Celtic team. They're fighting for everything, even a throw in on halfway.
Yeah, they are. But I think that's what makes them such a strong, competitive team. They keep playing their style of football and right until the end. And you can see it's been demanded of them from the touchline, and everyone that's come into the game as well from the bench has been 100% since they've stepped on the pitch.
Munlu is McEnany. At heen Hannick for na Paingi as Darna Le Paul Norsen Schach Junsi Gallagher ach sin I the Vulhugle Trud and a Streepen Partick Thistle Jimmy Calora Kavanagh Tundag Rash Schach and Tiv Jarste there is a Mach Paul van het Tiv Cleat Manlu sin Jean Meyerik I guess it all mag vaarke far swinchen kre loten van ballen is Robestan Art van de foste goal I guess ching is ja va Chloe Craig just the timing of the run there was fantastic.
Yeah, it was a great ball as well from Lisa Robertson, and Chloe Craig taking up the mantle from Caitlin Hayes, who's went off, goes and meets it and unfortunately doesn't get the connection she wants, and it goes past the post.
Balla Junsi Adams heen voor oorlog ach Tuntag. Hij heen een misk druren van vier strie vangen mag van een shit Balla Art Suez Boys Gaeri Craig Getaak of her Ashkan en Jake Chloe Logan Robestan mee in de varken Kamayolog wie stay shit dat gaat Christian on the Warshin. Henderson, Horst Rash, to Megan Cunningham. Either vi me and the line of Gian, the Jew Ganyan has scored. I guess Clicke va have Partick a shit. Balla Snock van Soos Adams, ach Vahe with big courage. We see Celtic building from the back again, Suzanne. I'll just ask you while things are a bit quieter, who's your player of the match today?
It's been a tough one because I think there's been a lot of strong performances in the Celtic team. The likes of Amy Gallagher, I think, had a really good game. Caitlin Hayes and Tash Flynn, but I'm going to go with Murphy Agnew. She's obviously got the 2 goals today, but I think overall as well, her all-round play, right from the first minute, she was making those runs, out to in and making great runs and connecting the play for our team as well. And obviously the icing on the cake was 2 goals, one in each half, both great finishes, particularly the first one, and the second one she does really well to react. So I think she'll be really pleased with her performance today.
Well, Murphy Agnew misgroichen should she with Urim Sar gelijk de game voor Suzanne Giljorde Ronjen Eichke, maar hoors mee miskne hoops a Jew. I heen le dahil, Tash Flint le dahil. I think Flint have his dollage chin, yeah. Gun Corum of Eichke in the hat trick. A collis tollage Giljorde on it. And Ching Rashamach, Jay Leonie, I heen Snart Hutche in Celtic. And then a Sadiku. Jano Garivor, Ching Tarsing a Farke. Monlu, Ching Erst, Celtic is 3 on in Hotel, Achkasen, McEnany, Gehorst de Robestan. Gallagher, Norshin, Rashgu, Monlu, Fiachin to Viernain, Gahorst the Robestan Rish, Garrigus Jack, Monlu, Gain, Agus, Eric Hal, Agnew, number Shinner Golish Jack. That could have been the hat trick to seal it all.
Yeah, she wasn't passing to anyone there. I think, you know, she probably wasn't in the best position for the strike, but she had one thing on her mind, get it out from her feet and have that strike at goal.
Viking Agnew should diolch ys on a hat trick eich geheen. Cunningham Shivrit mag van een goal. Kavanagh van hoe de Kjaun Gallagher en Norshin Viking Brack McKeown voor Slater. Ze sport haar Rachel Andrew Craven Gary in de luchtmedicach Chinese. Collis Gary Chigorst hoe die kata. Slater Gallagher cut. Kukelach ach ni misschien gere Brack McKeown gevrig shin nach Girach. Maar haar varken zo ik Peters Hill Park plastic. Groei pullige de kassen kjarst. McEnany Visan van Kushner Ashketal. Gallagher het chin farne parke. Sin Viking, she is fine. Robestan Joch Tuchum gonna line of hools and Spellak. Aha Gallagher Ching Rashid. Spot Ihen is Jack the Groiker is die Hens Hay. Corum Balla Ard goed zoals een Junsie Boysach. De jarige mag maar de haare wie gaat terug Fiskeriju Adams John Matchun dat ik het bij shit voor pikken te goedjem voor Jennifer Smith ach zijn Viking Norshin Henderson Tuntag heb ik meer aan een misk alleen het Gianna Kiri shit die Jano ach she Marie heen ga jolog krijgen als een line ei zijn Viking Laversky Chinner slash gitaar Viaching sluiten gerascht van Anderson Sin Viking gewel Kyu Davenage varach geviaking sin stach is Davenage a shit draaste Boys a hanlish G's Jimmy Gallore agus Coilach sarklich der game Murphy Agnew Ching Falavlish gehorst de Kitlaferski Jach Ronjach Shinakals en Satalistjach Fijn goed, niet gegaan. Ach, toch zo goed. Ik kan kussen de wiel. En vaak al kan het al mag het kan een vaartje. Hij is Partick, je gal. Hule. Korum. Zijn geeft een pik en chicken. Met Jirik. Horst maken ze game. Gallagher de hand keta. Precies. Stjach de bal gezet voor Cunningham. Kushin Foskel get a Pialo Pala Vria Gallagher ach Girach is Jach het Laven Megan Cunningham Sin Viking pick and room eichke I guess Girach by Smenich well Kai Mission got him Valaferski shit and big Cunningham in a val illegal at Falav had the rainy shin keta I guess well and Bahal Girach het also is UNC Chloe Logan. That's nu een push son Celtic. Gaan more aan de wiegje Riano voor Skerjuitje. Stok gekomen na ja ik Partick zich hier leeg. En daarna le de wiekar. Traffic dal Urslie. UNC kan en je kan Glasgow gaan vaarken Sean Peters Hill. Donaldson, Lish. Fiske, Chinka Kjaun, Sarklik at the game, shit. Murphy Agnew, she who Nurum Shin, for Suzanne Napadhaya, she who the Nintil, as yn darna le. Coig gynioni cwysyn criach na chwch. Lena Sadiku Hafis Toliche leis yn ysgyd. Eg ysgypa eich gysio y sio eg Partic Thistle. Caitlin Hayes y hosi cwysyn bal y friaf o Chloe Craig. Yn oes yn Tash Flint agos Agnew le dahul yn nwra ga acal eg coig gynioni dy Celtic idd Partick Thistle i'r eich iawn hawl.
Taplet Gujera Erlang agus well sin Celtic a bún coig gynioni is on the croch Patrick and Partick Thistle agus Gida hitching trona gemiche nela san SWPL and Ju Montrose punig it follow a day and Spartans agus well opering Ikeday a bún and Hamilton Academical a tri giga Rangers well Shelshin Keith Gehun and Glasgow City should game more a large 3 pointed Gamamor son Rangers agus Topanamad Asen 8 bún and Dundee United a ga gu hun. I say sin súl mar a chlár a coint an isha stewi na gemichun sin agus well hishing a hen chidach unfuing eta Rangers agus Celtic ag mulach na league and hen agus well Bern and ish eta Rangers Celtic agus Glasgow City. Well, Tolichera, Colin Mihin, Susanna Drasa, Murphy, Agnew. Murphy, thank you so much for joining us here pitchside on BBC Alpha. Lovely to have your company. Happy with the 3 points and the 5-star performance today?
Yeah, always good to get 3 points. Good to get a win. So.
I have to ask you first. It was of course. I'm sure you were only focusing on this game here today, but there was another big game in Glasgow today. Rangers winning 4-1 against Glasgow City. Was that something you were aware about heading into this one?
Yeah, I mean, we always know how our opponents do, and we always want to match them, keep up with the pace. So I think we proved that today.
Yeah, and you look like you were getting yourself fired up a wee bit as well. Some tasty challenges in that first half.
Yeah, a couple. Just want to work my hardest and give my all.
But it was a really impressive first half from your side, and it just looked like from the first minute you had your game plan and you executed it very well.
Yeah, I mean, Thistle is always a really tough field to come to. Partick's always a really tough team to play against. So from the first minute, we wanted to put them away. And it was also a really special game. Lisa back from her pregnancy, on the field for the first time in, a year.
Yeah, that was a lovely moment.
So we wanted to get the win for her so she could come on.
And you're very much looking forward to the rest of the season and crucial matches ahead for you and your side.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to win every game, and if we do that, then we'll win the league.
Murphy, you are today's player of the match. Thank you so much for joining us, and you can head back. I think your team are waiting for you in the team huddle. We don't want to keep Elena waiting, but thank you very much.
You can
go now. Thank you very much. Suzanne, yes, very successful day for Murphy, your player of the match today, and we can have a look through the first half analysis, and it all started with Caitlin Hayes and a great volley from her.
Yeah, it did. No surprises to see Caitlin Hayes, getting a big goal again for Celtic. Probably, a bit of surprise that it comes from open play the way it does. But, as I said in commentary, she times her run so well. She gets on the end of it and she gets Celtic going in the game. And
the game plan for Celtic, though, from the off, I mean, there's just so much joy particularly between the full-back and centre-back area of Partick Thistle, and Amy Gallagher in particular. I mean, we see all of these goals she's involved in, which is so instrumental today.
Yeah, she, it was really touch and go, if I'm honest, for the player of the game, because she's playing in a position which is close to my heart as well, and playing it so well. I just like how she comes deep. She knows where the pass is, she knows where her teammates are, and the way that pass there for Murphy Agnew's first goal of the game for herself was great. And then, again, it was a partner play all day was Caitlin Hayes. She's so good at starting the attacks for Celtic, and Amy Gallagher, she just drops in, gets the ball, and Tash Flint, her movement as well up top is superb for Celtic round Megan Cunningham, and gets her goal as well.
We've spoken a lot this season about, seasons past as well, about Caitlin Hayes. We've spoken about Amy Gallagher. We've spoken about Tash Flint. But Murphy Agnew, maybe one of her best games for Celtic this afternoon.
Yeah, I think so. I think she's thriving with the people round about her. She obviously got two big goals here today, but I generally liked her overall play as well. Her link-up play was great. She's always willing to run for the team, run in behind and stretch the game as well. And, I think she's come into her own. And as I say, I think she's thriving with those round about her. You know, it's a really, really strong forward line for Celtic.
We'll look at Murphy Agnew's second goal. That came in the second half shortly. But what did you... I'm trying to keep hold of this umbrella just now. I don't want the same disaster that happened yesterday. But looking at from a Partick Thistle point of view, it was just... Where did it all go wrong for them? Or were Celtic just too good?
Yeah, I think it was on the day. I think Celtic looked right up from it for the first whistle. We were saying in commentary, you know, they were still going at it right, you know, to the final whistle. They know how important their games are. I think for Partick Thistle, as we touched on, there's no pressure on them almost. You know, it's a big week for them. You know, they're playing the top three. And they just need to go into each of those games. You know, we touched on it with Demi at half-time as well. It's about how much they can progress and take from each game.
Suzanne, just before it as well, we look at Murphy Agnew's second goal. Lovely shots there. Lisa Robertson there with her new baby.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's massive. That moment there will be so special to her. You know, having her son at the game, coming to watch her. You know, those photos that are being taken. You know, they'll be, you know, looked back on in years to come. Such a big moment. I'm so happy for her. As I say, as a player, she's a great player, but you know, off the pitch, she's such an amazing person, and what a special moment.
No tears as well. Looks like he enjoyed the game anyway. His mum's first performance as well in front. But yeah, let's look at the second half then. The only goal of the half, it was the fifth goal of the game though. And once again, Amy Gallagher involved, and a lovely finish actually on the volley from Murphy Agnew.
Yeah, it was. Again, you know, Amy Gallagher instrumental. You know, if I could have gave two players of the game, I would have. You know, I think she had a really good game, and you know, Agnew does really well because it comes off one of the Partick Thistle players' heads. You know, just gets a touch, and Agnew, her reaction I think was great, and she just, you know, coasts the ball into the corner of the net. And you know, Megan Cunningham, who had a great game as well on that occasion, had no chance. Just
looking, I suppose, generally, we saw the league table before we spoke to Murphy Agnew. I asked you this at the top of the show. I'll ask you again. Is it now a two-horse race? Just, you know, sum up the day's football in the SWPL.
I think you're trying to lose me friends asking this again. But yeah, no, it's difficult to see a way back for Glasgow City now. You know, Rangers out 7 points and Celtic out 6. You know, it's a big swing for them to get back into it. I think Celtic and Rangers, you know, have proven since the split that they're the really strong performances. You know, if you're asking me, I think it is between those two for the title.
But Glasgow City have come back before, so we'll see what happens. They did come back last year, but just finally on Celtic, it was another impressive performance, and they've beaten Rangers, they've beaten Glasgow City, now beaten Partick Thistle. Are they maybe the side with the momentum?
Yes, but again, we probably said that last season as well.
Yes,
you know, they were my favourites to win it, but I do think you're right. I think they really have kicked into form of late. You know, big results that you mentioned there, and I think today the performance, you know, there was so many people, you know, really having strong games out there, and they'll need that from now to the end of the season.
It's such an exciting end to the season, Suzanne, but thank you so much for joining us here at a wet and windy Petershill Park. Jídach sa Jallis thing. Seo iad BBC Alpa the hearing Hearts adult and the Rangers agus Notion ha in Super Series Sprint at Chile, Southern Knights and the Edinburgh, Cove Rangers and the Alloa Athletic, League Hun agus Celtic of Idol and the Hearts sin SWPL. Shit, come on. I'm in the Cafa Kashaw, I in the Koch Patrick. I feel you got a Kashaw. I have a and Drasta Hain.